Something came from Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore.
Thank you for listening to another edition of Something Came from Baltimore. I'm your host, Tom Gouker. Tonight we have Malika Tirolien, the lead singer of the New World supergroup called Bokante. Bokante means exchange, and it is a world music stew of international talents brought together by bass player of the Snarky Puppy Mike League. The album, Strange Circles, was released June 9th, 2017, and has been well received. The band, which is a side project for all the artists, have committed to a summer 2018 tour and will be revisiting the album in a jam band fashion. If the album, Strange Circles, escaped you last year, this is a great opportunity to catch up with the album and then check them out on the road. You will not be disappointed. Thank you, Malika Tirolien, for coming on to Something Came from Baltimore.
Thank you for inviting me.
Great. I am in love with your new album, and we'll talk about that in a couple seconds. You were raised in Guadeloupe with a musical family.
Yes, exactly.
What was that like living on the island and being so connected to music?
It was beautiful, like especially in my family, because I have a big family and everybody is really artistic. My grandfather was a poet, and my father is a multi-instrumentalist, self-taught, and he was listening to all kinds of music at home. So it was really always very inspiring to be just at home and to be on an island. It's really, really amazing because it's always good weather and everything, like the foods, like everything is really cool. But at the same time, you want to get out too. You want to see the world more because everything is so small, you know. So that was the combination I had growing up.
You know, I just looked at Wikipedia a little about the island. Your average temperature is about 82 degrees.
Yes.
How cool is that? And believe, you know, when you look on maps and you see sizes, you're like, okay, well, this must be really small.
Yes.
It was about 625 miles, which I thought was pretty big. And it would be about 400,000 people, so that'd be like half the size of Baltimore. Feel like you'd almost know everyone, you know.
It's like you know, and I grew up not even on the bigger side of Guadeloupe. I grew up on one of the little island, because Guadeloupe is an archipelago, so it's like made of 5 islands, and one of them is Marie Galante, so it's even smaller, and it's maybe, I don't know, 10,000 people on this one. And growing up, it was less people. So, you know, so it was pretty small. Like you can do the tour of the island in an hour. So it's very safe though, because you feel like you know everyone, and it's very like the vibe is amazing. It's really, really good. I'm talking about this and I miss home right now. But at the same time, it gave me that, you know, that will to go outside to see the world and explore with music.
You're having like a full life where you're having some really amazing experiences. You're getting to see the world. You're now in Canada, and
Yes.
you're in the French part, obviously, because you speak French is your primary
Exactly.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
so now you're from one temperature to another temperature. So I'm assuming you get the city life that you kind of, you know, you're attracted to, but you also feel very comfortable in Canada.
Yes. I feel very comfortable. It's just the winter is very hard. I'm not gonna lie. But it's doable. I've been there for many years now, and I really like Canada, especially Montreal, where the music is really flourishing, you know. So, and the people over there are really open-minded. It's really cool. It's really great to be in Canada.
In Guadeloupe, there is French and Creole that is spoken there.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
and
both languages.
you incorporated that into this album.
Yes, exactly. Um, when I started to talk with Michael about that album, and I was like, okay, what language should I choose, you know, for this? And he was like, oh, whatever you want. And I don't know, like a lot of the songs came out in Creole and in French because like the music, that's what you know that's what it was awakened in me. It was Creole and French, and then there was that one song that I felt was like a little bit more funky, and I was like, okay, this one is gonna be in English, and I wrote it in English, and then Michael was like, no, do it in Creole too. So I had to translate that song in Creole too.
You sang the lead in Circus du Soleil La Nubo. Did I say that correct?
Yes, La Nuba. Yes,
La
the
Nuba.
the show, one of the Cirque du Soleil show, but unfortunately, it's gone now. This show, I think, at the end of 2017, actually, in December.
What was it like to work with a multinational touring group like that?
So I learned so many things. It was the biggest production I've seen for now. Yeah, it's crazy. Like the amount of talent that was on that stage, like from all the acrobats and the musicians and the actors and like everybody together to make like two shows a night memorable for people, and it was really a magnificent experience for me.
Yeah, I call Circus du Soleil my I'm so fat shows. I would watch those shows and I'm so shocked at how flexible and so energetic everyone is. And I was like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, I really got to hit the gym. There's something wrong.
No, seriously, it's beautiful, like to see all these people coming together for one show, you know, and it's like a family, you know. Everybody was like really tight together. Also, I thought it was a myth, you know, but then I went over there and I felt really embraced by everybody like right away.
Yeah, Michael is a very busy man.
Very, very busy. So inspiring. I don't know how he does it.
Do you remember meeting him for the first time at Circus du Soleil?
I didn't meet him at Cirque du Soleil actually. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe it's I don't know. But,
It's in the bios, I guess. This is
yeah,
the folklore of your life, so now you can
oh my
change it.
God, that's probably somebody who made that mistake in the bio. And at the time, I didn't write it because my English was not ready. So it's a really old bio. Yeah, actually, I met Michael in Montreal. He came with Snarky Puppy to play in Montreal, and I was blown away by the band. It was wow. I was shocked, seriously. And you know, they had 2 dates, and it was the first night, I think, that I went, and the second night was sold out because all the people that were there the first night were like, just talking about that like all day the day after. So more people came out on the day after, and it was too many people for the place. That's how good it was, and it was refreshing, and it was instrumental music that is making people dance, but at the same time, extreme quality of music. It was really great.
How did he introduce you to the album, the Family Dinner album?
Well, he came back with Snarky Puppy another time to play. And this time, my band at the time that was called Ground Food, we were opening for them. And they came to our sound check. And after the sound check, they were like, "Oh, wow, we like your music. Like, would you come and play with us in New York?" And I was like, "Of course, but I didn't think they would actually call me for real. And it happened actually. And a few months later, I came and I sang with them in New York. And after that, we made the album.
I love that Family Dinner album, and I've never watched the video. I watched when I close my eyes, I feel like you're an older soul. You're really generating a lot of emotion and presence that I was like, she's has to be in her 40s, 50s, maybe even 60s. She just really has a lot of experience. And then I watched the video and I was like, wow. It almost, were you nervous? Because I was almost nervous for you. I was so enthralled by your performance, and it seemed like you were relaxed, but you made me nervous. I don't know why.
I was so nervous.
Okay. All right. Well, then I felt nervous for you. But it was we're kind of raised in this whole American Idol world where this show had or this album had like one artist after another, and the video is like, okay, they step off, another one comes on, and so it's like you're waiting for your scores, and it was so good, and it was just
thank you.
Yeah, there's so few times that you get blown away by a performance.
And always gone with my friends, yeah. 'Cause living with you drove me crazy. Now if you want a little toy or a pet to spend your day with, boy, just know that I am not the perfect person for the role. I ain't your mom, yeah. I ain't your sis, no. I ain't your kid, I'll never be. I ain't your shrink, I'm just the kind of girl that you can't handle. I ain't your slave, no. I won't behave. Not here to save you, I'll never be. I ain't your scapegoat. You think you can do this all on me? Better know I'm not the one. You said that I wasn't there for you, didn't sustain you. But how could I have done this, baby? You couldn't trust yourself, couldn't love yourself, couldn't even respect yourself. My love wasn't enough, baby. I think 'cause you were insecure. So now I'm wondering who's the whore. The more I think about it, I realize it wasn't mine. I'm just the kind of girl that you can't handle. I ain't your slave, I won't behave. Not here to save you, now. I ain't your scapegoat. You think you can put this on me, you're wrong. Although we were living in hand, we love each other. I just couldn't afford to pay the price. your slave, I'm not the one. I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one.
I'm not the one.
I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one.
Say it a little louder.
I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one. I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one. I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one. I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one. I'm not your mom, your sis, your kid, your shrink, your pet, your toy, your slave, I'm not the one.
So you work with them. I guess he's like, okay, well, I'm not done. I want to continue to work with you. And that's where you started the album?
The Bokante album.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Before that, we had the Family Dinner album, and then they won the Grammy. We did a couple tours with the album. So with and Dumby and Magda and Shayna still. So we did a little tours, and then after that, he had this idea for the new band. So yeah, it was very, very cool that he called me again to make some more music and like to make a band this time. it was even better.
I mean, I really feel that he kind of created this band, as the centerpiece because of your talents. And, when it came to the writing skills, did you have everything written already, or was it the energy level of getting the group together that had you create these songs?
Well, actually, he wrote the music and he would send me the music by email, and then I would write like melodies and lyrics over the music and send back an email. And then, that's how we wrote the first album.
And how did the whole group setting of picking out who was going to play what?
It was really Michael. He had like, when he asked me to be a part of his band, he already had like all these ideas about it. He knew who he wanted in the band, and like the players didn't know each other's, like some of them, yes, because there's some of the Snarky Puppies guys also. There's Chris McQueen and Bob Lanzetti that are in the band. So I knew them, but I didn't know the other guys, and some of the guys didn't know. So the only person who knew everyone was Michael, and we all met at the studio to record.
All right. Well, this is where you can dish some dirt. Is there anyone in the group right now that gets on your nerves? Is it?
No. Weirdly, that's one thing that is really special with this band, and we were talking about it all over, like because we had like 40 dates last summer through North America and Europe, and it was crazy. It went so fast because it was so much fun, and everybody is so different, completely different. It's like really misfits, like very, very different and original people all put together. And it could have been a disaster, but weirdly, it really worked. So I don't know. I feel like Michael has a talent to see like how, what kind of personalities can go together.
met plis chalet, fwa di ka sou yo. Ki jan nou ka chauffe si nou pa ni. Jiz étoile ka tombe contre l'eau la pluie. Ka koule pa finde, ta ke en nous. Nou pe pa voyager si étoile tombe. L'ennui ka manger, timon a soleil là. Ka nou ka divine ici par la esclavantage.
So the first thing I thought of when I was listening to your tone was a couple artists. Zat Mama, have you ever heard of them?
Yeah, yes.
Now it's the background vocals. Like you're layering your background vocals, and they're really cool. How many?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, how much work was that to get them done? And also, how many layers are there on it? It just seems really fresh what you were doing there.
Thank you. It's a lot of layers actually because Michael likes the backup vocals to be really huge.
Okay. Well,
so it was a lot of layers. Even if it's like the same harmony, sometimes, but it's like 2, 3, 4 times the same harmony, and then we go to another harmony, and just like that, it makes it really bigger.
yeah, it's almost like a signature piece, and it sounds really, really familiar. The name of the band means exchange.
Yes.
And who came up with that idea?
Me. It was me. Because it's in Creole.
So Exchange is the name of the band, but then Strange Circles, which is not it's not a name of a song. So where did the album title come from?
It's the name of the album, Strange Circles. It's another way of saying karma, because a lot of the songs were like really about karma, like through the different themes, and topics. So that was the common, topic. So instead of saying karma, which would be really, basic, we called it Strange Circles.
Yeah, no, I kind of thought, okay, well, maybe they're saying that they're just not, you did say it, that they're just a bunch of oddballs kind of connecting together, the strange circles. That circles are, you're in your own sphere, and then you just kind of connect together. So,
exactly.
Or that you were strangers at the beginning of the project, and you were all connecting.
That's a beautiful way of saying it too.
When you hit the road this summer, and I'm really excited for you, I feel that all these songs that you have on this album have the ability to really breathe. And I know there's so many like jam band like capabilities. Have you guys sat down and really kind of stretched out your songs for live performances?
Yeah, totally. In live performances, yes, because we leave really a lot of space to solos and improvisations, for the musicians and for the percussion player. So it makes it really, really, it breathes even more on the live.
So the first song that I have is the first song on the album. Is it?
Jou que ouvert.
Jou que ouvert.
Yes.
All right, I did pretty good. Is this the one that you had exercise on it? Was this the English version song?
Everybody hears exercise, but I'm actually saying "esusav," which means "do you know?"
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, she wants us to exercise as a dance song.
No, I know everybody hears that. They're like, "Exercise, exercise." It's so funny.
So, what does this song mean? We're gonna play a sample of it.
So, "Jou que ouvert" means the day will rise. It's a song about the last sentence of one of my grandfather's poem, and at the end of the poem it says like as if we keep loving each other, tomorrow the day will rise. So I find this sentence so beautiful, and I wanted to write about it. So it's a song against religion's discrimination, to be able to accept everybody's different faith, because there's space for everyone.
Ou ka di parola, c'est parola bon Dieu. Ou ka di comme ça, c'est volonté à yo Satan. Ouvrez nous tout côté. vous qui n'y raison. Et les mouns qui entendent, y'a pas besoin de vivre plus longtemps. Faut moun choisir un bon, espérer c'est le bon. Éveillez nous qui mort, bon Dieu qui fait quand nous contents. Qui j'en nous qui fait arriver, rentrer en casa, bon Dieu. Évitez bien nous souiller, remplissant ses frères la nous tuer. Yo qu'a dit étrangers, c'est yo qui dangereux, yo pas de reconnaître. Contre les mouns, Eveline Saint-Ayo. Mais les bien gardés, ni trois contradictions. Bon Dieu, là, yo v'lait ouvert, c'est à la vie en bidon. Qui j'en doute, bien fait vivre. Ah, Eveline, bien douce, yeah. Remplissant assez, frère, la nous tuer.
The next song I'm going to screw up too is No Tu No Tu Suyon.
Yeah, that's better.
Hey, how about it? No Tu Suyon. Okay.
Your Creole is improving.
Yeah. All right. So in this case, I played this song for my nephew, and he's like, "This would be perfect for the Lion King." I don't know why,
Oh,
but
this is so cool.
yeah, he felt it was like a majestic song that could go right into that. He identified to it. So
Yay.
what does this song mean, and how did it develop, and where did it come from?
Well, this song means we are all one. So that's what it means, we're all connected. So, if somebody's suffering this way, that suffering is not going to stay over there. It's going to come back, in your face at some point, So it's better to have everyone having a good time or nobody. So that's kind of the message. And this song, it was mostly a lot of percussions. And I heard it like in a more major way, while Michael would hear it in a more minor way. So we tried to do a combination of the two. And yeah, and that's what it, that's the song, that's how it finally came out. So like the verses are mostly more major, and then we go into the minor part.
Si vous coupez racine à pied bois péqueri poussé. Si vous ôtez de l'eau à l'emmêle là, des heures Kevin trouvé. Si vous construisez casa sans maçon, case la péqué pédiré. Si vous pas j'ai planté graine mango, à pied mango que disparaît. Si vous cachez chez moun qui tout font, moun d'ailleurs que jige. Si vous volez voisins à un jour, au moun Kevin volé. Faut songer ça ou casser, mais c'est ça ou caille récolter. Faut songer si vous j'irai karma Kevin et tout racine à pied bois péqueri poussé. Si vous ôtez de l'eau à l'emmêle là, des heures Kevin trouvé. Si vous construisez casa sans maçon, case la péqué pédiré. Si vous pas j'ai planté graine mango, à pied mango que disparaît. Si vous cachez chez moun qui tout vend, moun d'ailleurs que jige. Si vous volez voisins à un jour, au moun Kevin volé. Faut songer ça ou cassimé, c'est ça ou qu'a récolté. Faut songer si j'irai karma Kevin retrouvé. Songez de tout ces songez de tout ces songez de tout ces songez de tout ces
do it.
Apathy Mortel.
Apathy Motel.
Is it that?
That I don't think I got close to it. So what's going on? This seems like it has a story song to it. There seems like you're really a lot of lyrics. There's a little mood attached to it. So what's going on in this song?
Apathy Mortel is in French, and it's actually a song about like apathy, like if you're in a situation and life. Usually, I tell the story of the frog that was in the boiling boil. At the beginning, the frog doesn't realize that the water is getting really, really hot. So the frog is like, oh, it's okay, until the frog dies because the water is too hot and it gets cooked. So it's about really reacting as quickly as possible when something is wrong into your life or into your in your country, in your government, to really resist as much as possible and not wait until it's too late.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Salut à tous, je m'appelle Béa, je viens du nombril du monde et tu le sais ça. Mais curieusement, le monde se fout de mes tracas. Enseveli dans les soucis, je n'ai presque plus le goût à la vie. Je me laisse porter par les courants d'aujourd'hui. Je me complais dans mon malheur. Le meurtre de mes frères et de mes sœurs ne me choque plus depuis déjà bien longtemps. Chaque jour je ploie sous un nouveau drap. On me force à porter une nouvelle croix. Je dois payer pour avoir jadis été roi. Je ne suis plus enlisé, je me noie dans l'apathie. Je ne sais même plus me débattre, mes membres sont trop engourdis. Je ne sais même plus me débattre, 400 ans dans le terrain.
The fourth song is Andy Chan.
Only chance.
Any chance?
Only chance means I'm lucky, and it's about how to count our blessings. Sometimes we don't see them, but they're there, and if we focus on them, it's gonna multiply them, and in that case, in the song, it's mostly my family and my friends, my community. So I was like, yeah, I recognize that I'm lucky to be, in such environment where I feel loved and lifted and supported.
Now the song starts very upbeat, and then towards the end, takes a moody slide guitar like deviation. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, what?
It's true.
I feel happy. I feel sad now. So, what was that change up? Where did that come from, or is that just like being creative?
That change is really my call. It's really a creative change. Me, I came up with for that song. I came up with the music mostly, and the lyrics and melody. But then he wanted to add that part at the end to create like a change and a surprising end. And I felt that it was really a cool idea, and I like it. I really like the way it ends,
What's weird about it, I mean, it's happy face, then it's sad face. It's quick. But
I don't know if it's sad. It's like mostly, like more, I don't know. I see it more as if you're kind of drunk and you're like super happy drunk. And then after that, you're like really like, kind of, hanging.
Well, what's interesting about it is now that every time I listen to it, I wait for it to happen and I kind of study it. So it's like I'm having fun, and all of a sudden I'm like, okay, there's the moment. So then I stop and listen to it. So it does grab your attention. Next time I have a hangover, I'm gonna listen to it and see if it kind of matches up. At the end of the
nice
beer buzz.
Laissez mon en moins, on s'avoue mais moins, qui ou près, qui ou loin, on s'avoue mais moins, les cœurs moins souris, t'as qu'à sourire avec moi, si on moins plein la pite, t'as qu'à couler à six mois, les têtes en moins chargées, ou qu'à soulager bon moins, si on vit peu en butin, ou qu'à mener l'amour bon moins, on pas peut douter, si on va tes côtés moins, on pas peut vivre mauvais, pas ou qu'à aller à six mois. Chance l'amoureuse t'a protégé moi. Moi les chances l'amoureuse toujours qu'à mener moi plus loin. C'est mon en moins, on s'avoue mais moins, qui ou près, qui ou loin, on s'avoue mais moins, les cœurs m'ont souri, t'as qu'à sourire avec moi, si on moins plein la pluie, t'as qu'à couler à six mois. T'es comme un chargé, pas soulager bon moins, si on vit une peur butin, pas mener l'amour bon moins, on pas peut douter, si on était côté moins, on pas peut vivre mauvais, pas sous cavé à six mois.
Okay.
Okay.
I got one more song for you, which is, I believe, was probably one of the singles.
Yes,
Okay.
Budeson. It's
You have a video
it
for that
means
one.
come down. Budeson is a song about society. You know, like how sometimes they reach a peak and then they have to collapse. So something new it comes through the runes. So yeah, it's a song about not being too attached in like staying in a way like staying like at the top because life is a circle. So at some point you're at the top and then you're coming back down and then you're going back up and etc. It's a cycle.
Neve matin, on s'est décollé. Fleur était en l'air, passant un maison cavouet. En papet ailleurs, en cas senti moins bien. Sans qu'à vivre à la camener, y'a qui vont bitin. On peut pas par raison, on peut pas dire longtemps. La vie a mon élection, la vérité pas d'accord. On peut pas par raison, on peut pas dire longtemps. Mais ça puis monter haut, puis tomber fort. On est qui fait clairer, ou peut continuer à voler. Pas sous pied ni pour parler. Voilà que ça y est sans remède. On est sans petit aïe. Tout président fait film par haut. En cas de bien profiter, allez arriver au sommet. En cas qu'attendre, en cas continuer monter. J'ai en moi pour que l'as augmenté. Moins qu'à voler, côté moi monter nicelle. En bas, moins qu'à prendre ça. Mais là, y est la vie trop belle.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So I want to thank you very much for spending your time with me at Something Came from Baltimore. I know that you're outside, you're waiting for an event, and you took your time out for me. So I really, really appreciate it. I really love the album. I can't wait to see you guys over the summer.
This is so cool. Thank you so much for
Great.
having me.
I'm your host, Tom Gouker, and thank you for listening to another episode of Something Came from Baltimore. Audience, I need your help. Please like, comment, and share the episode. The show can be heard on various radio stations along with YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify. My podcast host of choice is Podomatic.
Something came from Baltimore. Something came from Baltimore.